It's your girl Duckie and the bird Yu, and we are Yu and Duckie. Yu is finna go on the camera to pull his ass back. And today, since y'all was laughing at me on my worst day ever and thought it was quite hilarious, I mean, some of my friends got mad, like, what was this? I'm finna tell you about how I got played, like super played, no coming back. If you ever seen Berserk, he was Guts when Guts walked away from the man of the hawk and he didn't even look back. You know, remember that scene? That was him. And I was there just like, no. But anyways, I'm gonna start from the beginning and then we're gonna move into how he played me. But I guess I'm just giving you guys the backstory first. You know how we do. Well, you about to know how we do since the channel just started. This is how we about to do things. So your girl was on OkCupid doing her little scrolling or whatever, you know, swiping left, swiping right, and I see a fine man. Well, a decent man. He looked decent in his picture. So I was like, oh, this is a decent man. So I make my little sarcastic joke or whatever. And like about it, I was like, oh, I'm finna make you mine or some nonsense, some BS. And then he was like, oh, I thought I was already yours. Like, so right away he won me over because he came back with the funniness. Like, he came back with a sense of humor that matched mine. So I was like, oh, it's a wrap. Like, it's clipped for that. So hold on, let me get my hair in order. But yeah, so after that, you know, we chit chat for a little bit. But I was like, forget the chit chatting. Come meet me. And y'all already know where I went, the barcade. Met him at the barcade, but I got there first, you know, and which I like to do. I like to get there before people. Like, at least I try to get there before people so that I could have like a drink to settle my nerves. I'm very shy and I'm very nervous, especially on a first date when you don't know nothing about the person. It's like, I don't know nothing about you, so like, what are we supposed to do? You know what I mean? Like, I gotta get busy drinking. So I was there, I was having like one little drink, and then he got there early too. So I was like halfway done with my drink. That was like my preparation drink when he came in. And when he came in, the sun was in my eyes, so I couldn't really see him. So it was like a mysterious figure coming towards me. And again, I thought he was fine, but I thought he was all right, you know what I mean? But when I saw him in person, when the sun came on my eyes and I saw him, I was like, oh my God. And I was just like, damn, this dude is like a 10. He's a 10 out of 10. So we got to playing the games, we got to drinking, we were having fun. And usually, like, when I'm on a first date, I usually, this is like 9 times out of 10, we'll go to the barcade. And then after the barcade, I'll go straight home because I don't want to spend too much time with the person typically, because like my shyness is like over the top. But he had me feeling like super comfortable. So when he had me feeling comfortable like that, he was like, let's go to the movies. And I was like, you know what? Yeah. And again, this is like before COVID. This is like in 2018. So this is some years ago, 2019 maybe. Maybe 2019. So, yeah, we go to the movies. It's lit. I don't even know what movie we even saw, but it was dope. And he wasn't like aggressive. Like, he didn't like try to kiss me. He didn't try to do anything really. I don't think we kissed. I don't think he tried anything. It was just a lit time. And he would talk about me, like, he was like, I'm looking kind of fat. Like, but he wouldn't do nothing. Like, he didn't touch me, he didn't do anything. So I was like, oh, okay, all right. So he not over the top with it, cool, whatever. And which, I don't necessarily, let me leave all that alone. But yeah, it was good. It was lit. It was a lit time. So after that, you know, we still talk or whatever. We go on the second date. We were supposed to have, I think it was like lunch. Ooh, sorry, hold on. Let me get you on the cage because you want to explore. So let me let him do his thing. But yeah, so we went to lunch and then we were going to the Empire State Building next, right? You feel me? And at lunch, you know, again, just drinking. And by the time we was done drinking, we just like was walking to the Empire State Building. Like, we were walking to it. What am I talking about? I mean the Freedom Tower. Oh my gosh, we're supposed to go to the World Trade Center. So yeah, we were walking towards the Freedom Tower, but like as we walked, we passed like a little park, and then we just sat down, started people watching, and just talked, and we just talked until we didn't even go. Like, we just talked until it was time to go home. And one thing about him, I feel like it was past a certain time, I feel like he'll be rushing me to go home. And I didn't know what that was about. That was maybe, hold on. So yeah, y'all, I'm sorry. Like I said, I use the Snow app. That's how I get my lighting corrected, get my blemishes to not be all up in your face. And it only lets you record 5 minutes at a time. But yeah, so we didn't even go. It was a lit time again. Like, I had so much fun with him, and I was like, oh, this dude is like. But this time he did kiss me, and he was talking. He talked his little thing or whatever, just a little bit, not too much. He's not super aggressive. He was not super aggressive. So he talked his little talk, and then we went home, and I felt like he was always like closing out the day. Like, he's like, all right, well, it's 9:30. Let's get busy going. And I'm just like, damn, like, we can't spend the whole day. We gotta learn. But he would just be shutting the day down. Like, he'd be like, all right, time to go. And I'm like, okay. So then we talk. Like, he'd be FaceTiming while he was at work. We was talking like all day long, every day. And then he wouldn't like bring up sex or anything. So it was like weeks. Like, we would only see each other once a week. But we would talk every day because our schedule, like my schedule, well, prior to this, I was like a workhorse. Like, I would be working damn near 7 days a week. So it would be hard for me to like chill with people. So it would really be like, have to be a really dope person for me to even go out of my way to chill with them once a week. Like, that to me was even like a lot. So at the time I was like, damn, I want to see this dude every week. I would even see him twice a week if I could. But our work schedules were bad, so it ended up being once a week, and then we would just talk every day. And then like in the third week we went on another date, and then when we were on that date, and also when we talked, we never, like, sex never really came up. Like, it would rarely come up. Like, he wouldn't really talk super dirty to me. He would just like, it just would rarely come up, which I know a lot of people are like, that's good, like, what are you talking about? But for me it was just like, why is this never coming up? Like, why didn't he ever say anything about it? I don't know. I just was like wondering. But anyway, moving on. So, oh yeah, the third date. So now, guys, when I tell y'all, I tried so hard to look sexy, because I remember thinking like, damn, this dude, he don't really come on to me. Like, if we kiss, it's because I kissed him, like, type shit. Or if something came up, it's because I brought it up. So I was like, I'm finna look so good that he cannot resist himself. Like, he about to be like, oh, baby, look at you. But yeah, he like didn't really give me compliments or anything. So I'm like, does he even think I'm pretty? Like, what the hell? So yeah, this third day I tried mad hard. Like, even my dad was like, why you doing all this? Like, even my dad looked at me like, girl, you doing too much. But yeah, I was doing too much. But I was like all done up, like, and I was finna see, like, is he gonna go for this? I was throwing the fishing hook. So we met at like a pool billiard, and then am I saying that right? But yeah, we met at a pool hall. Let me play it safe. We met at a pool hall, and when I walked into the pool hall, there was like other dudes around, and when they saw me, they were like gawking. So I was like, yes, let's go, like, let's go, you little Duckie, you got this, like. And at the time, I didn't call myself Duckie. I was just like, all right, Krill, which is my first name. Krill, about to do this. But anyway, so yeah, like, let's go, little duck. So we went up, I walked up to him or whatever, and then this dude was just like, hi. You know what you say when you go to somebody, you're like, hey, and then they respond to you like, hi. Like, fuck you want? What you do in my face? Like, move on. I was just like, damn, like, maybe I don't look as good as I think. Maybe these dudes are just fiends or whatever. But yeah, he was just like, whatever, hi. And then he was just regular as hell, and it was kind of boring. I was just like, why am I here right now? I could be with somebody who was like literally fiending. Why am I here with this dude? Like, I started to second guess myself. Like, I was like, maybe I'm wasting my time with him or whatever. Then he was still having fun, because again, he was just like, oh, let's go to the movies. This time I remember what we saw, because it was really good. It was Spider-Man. That the Spider-Man movie with Jake Gyllenhaal. I forget the name of it, but I think it was Homecoming. I don't know. But we went to go see Spider-Man, and I was lit. Like, I was like, I had a blast. After we went to the movie, we was going home, and then a girl had passed, and she was like, wow, you're so pretty. You look so nice, this and that. She literally was going in, and I was just like, really? Because again, like, he didn't compliment me. He didn't say nothing. So I was just like, maybe I look like crap. But yeah, she was like, you're so pretty, oh my God, wow, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, thank you. So I felt really good, and which you shouldn't validate your beauty like this. So this is like such a disclaimer, and I know I preach a lot, but I just feel like that type of shit, like you feel like you're the shit, you feel like you look good, it's supposed to come from in here. You're not supposed to like hear it from somebody else, a man. That's like mistake number one, that you look into a man like, oh, he didn't say I was pretty, so I must look terrible. Like, that's so bad that I would go to that. Like, that would be my go-to. Like, he didn't say nothing. So anyway, I mean, at the same time, if a dude is dating you, you do want him to compliment you, but on the other hand, it also should come from within. Like, if he doesn't say nothing, you should still feel like, I'm the one, like, I'm that girl, or whatever. And I did, well, whatever. So she said that, and I was just like, oh, okay, yay, you know. And then when we went outside the theater, because the movie was done, whatever, he was like, yeah, you do look good. And that was all. That's the only time he said it. But again, we had a little time. We would talk about everything under the sun. But we would talk about video games, anime, manga, comic books, everything, like, because that's the type of stuff I'm into. So we would be going ham with that type of stuff. And that's how he hooked me, because he would just, I don't know, he was just very relaxed about stuff. Like, he didn't really care. He had like a very nonchalant attitude, which now I want somebody to be fiending, like, be on my cakes, be on my heels, like, hard, hit me up, like, you just, like, girl, I'm scared of you. Oh, you look good. You my baby. Like, something. Give me all of that energy. Don't give me like, you look good. Hi. Like, no, look, baby. Like, don't leave, girl. Like, never leave me. That type of energy. Like, is anybody with me? Am I the only one that feel like this? But anyway, so moving on. He comes the next time we chill, which is like a month and a half down the line sometime, or a month. I'm lying, y'all. Just don't try. But it's like a month, like week 4 or whatever. We chill at my house, right? So when we chill at my house, it's not, yeah, like I said, we met like a month prior, and before the month we even met, I think we talked for like a week. Anyway, so I'm sorry, I'm just laughing at how I'm trying to like justify what I did, which is like, if you felt like you wanted to do that, you just did it, but whatever. So the 4th week he comes to my house and we get to humping, because we had a lit time at my house too. Like, even my sister was there. She came in before we got to humping. And she saw him and she spoke to him. She's like, wow, you're handsome. Like, and then the stuff that we was talking about, the jokes he was making, it was mad fun. We played Uno. Like, it was a lit time. But yeah, I was thinking he was my person, and because I was like in love with somebody for 10 years, and I don't know, but he actually made me not think about that dude, because there was like nobody that could stop me from thinking about my ex, and he was like the first person where I was just like focused on him at the time. So I was just like, oh man, this is my birthday, I'm so excited, like, and I was just feeling the vibes. So I was just like, I'm finna get to humping, like. And so was he. He was thinking the same thing, because he was looking at me like, when after my sister left and it was like getting late, he was looking at me like, so what's up? And I was looking at him like, so what's up? So we did it or whatever, and it was okay. And then I liked him even more after that, because I was just like, okay, it wasn't that great, but I don't know, I just liked him even more after that, because I gave that to him, you know. So I was like, I like you so much. Whatever, I'm a female. My estrogen. But after that, I'm trying to figure this out because I'm so bad at storytelling. But after that, he stopped hitting me up as much. He really stopped texting me. Like, he would take so long to reply. And you know what? Another thing that's crazy, that was like another huge red flag. My at the time I lived with my parents, my whole family had left. Like, I remember I was home alone for like 3 days or 2 days or something, because my whole family had left. And he was off, and he knew I was home. I was completely by myself. And I told him, and he was just like, oh, wow, that's crazy. Like, he didn't even try to come see me or anything. For me, any other dude, they would, like, ran over there. I don't know. That's just been my experience. Like, if I tell them I'm alone, they're like, oh, I'm coming. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he just didn't even care. So I was just like, and I still got to humping after that, but whatever. But he didn't really care. So I was just like, and then even before we got to humping, he would, like, had slowed down texting a little bit, but he was still consistent. But after we got to humping, I didn't even hear from this man. Like, it was radio silence. He would, like, reply to me, like, every 4 hours, every 3 hours, like, stuff like that. I wouldn't say radio silence. Radio silence means he didn't say nothing ever again, and I never heard from him. But he would start to reply less and less and less and less. And then me being stupid, I'm just like, is everything okay? He was like, yeah, everything is fine. I'm going to see you on such and such a day, right? And I was like, okay. So he came again. He was like, I'm going to just come to you after I come from work. You know, I miss you, blah, blah, blah. BS, but whatever. That's what he said. So then I was like, oh, okay. Okay, as long as everything's fine. So I'm thinking, like, he about to come and spend, like, as long as he did the first time he came to my house. He was there, like, the whole day. He was there from morning until, like, midnight or something. And I was like, okay, he's coming after work, but he's probably going to be there till, like, midnight again. Do you know this dude? He came, we humped, he left. Literally in that order. He came, we left. Well, he came, he left. But it's not funny. But it's like, you have to laugh. You know, you have to stop yourself from crying, because it really did suck. Like, I felt very weird and very bad in that moment too. Like, I was just like, because he was like, all right, I'm gonna go. I'm just like, he was like, I have a long drive back. And I was just there like, okay. So after that, it got even worse. Like, he would reply to me literally 6, 5 hours, 7, 8 hours, maybe. Like, he would give me one text a day at one point. And I asked him, like, yo, is everything okay? And then he just exploded. He was like, you know what? I don't even want to be in a relationship anyway right now. And you're cool, but, like, I just don't want a relationship, this and that. So I was just like, okay, cool. And then I was just like, whatever. But he would still, like, flirt with me after that. And I literally was just super annoyed, super mad. And at the whole situation, like, I was like, okay, this is definitely stupid. This is definitely not something that I want to be a part of or do. And I was highly upset. After that, I was like, I'm not texting this dude anymore. This is stupid. And it was affecting me bad. Like, I was crying. I was sick. Like, I was literally, I was crying, like, real duck tears. Like, I have my dog. My dog is with my parents now. But when I was there, you know, me and my dog, he was like me and you, like, inseparable. And I was hugging my dog, crying. My dog looking at me, like, look at my tears. It was such a terrible feeling and such a terrible, like, I don't know, because it's like rejection, but on top of that, you actually like the person. You know, sometimes you get rejected and you're just mad that you got rejected. Like, this was like, no, I really like this person, and I thought that they liked me too, because he was doing everything. Like, he was doing everything to fool me to just get to humping. Like, or maybe he got to humping and he was just like, this was whack. I don't know what he thought. You know, I can't speak for him. I'm not going to lie to myself, but it just sucked, you know, because I had, like, my hopes, like, up high, because I was thinking, like, I would, like, envision us doing so much nonsense, because I was thinking he's on the same page as me, and he was so far from being on the same page as me. And I just feel like if somebody really likes you, like, if I said, like, yo, I'm alone, and I remember I was, like, scared or something, and he didn't even care. Like, he really didn't even care. So from then, I should have saw that, like, as a huge red flag and not even bothered with him, but I didn't. And I still continued to talk to him, so I got played. And at the very end, like, I stopped talking, like I said, and he kept looking at my Snapchat. And then it was like months, he was just looking at my Snapchat. And then finally, around the whole summer had passed, fall had passed. No, it was fall, and it was like right before my birthday. And he had hit me up on Snapchat, and he was just like, oh, what's up, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, you know, I'm chilling, this and that and the other. And then he was like, I don't know, we got to talking about a relationship, and I was like, I realized that I really need to work on myself and this and that, because I did realize that, because, like, I feel like I had a lot of, like, toxic habits that I really needed to work on for real, and he had really hurt me, so I was shook. And at anybody hurting me like that again, like, I was just crying and I was just upset. And so after that, he was like, yeah, we ended up going to dinner. I don't know how he worked his way into getting me to go to dinner with him, but I remember saying, like, I'm not having sex with you. I'm not interested in a relationship. And he was just like, just come to dinner with me and shut up. And I was like, okay. So I went to dinner, and it was a cool time, but I remember, like, trying to get him to leave. Like, I remember being like, all right, so I'll stay, you should go. Because he was again on some, all right, well, you know, we should be hitting it. I was like, no, you go ahead, I'll stay here. Because I was having a lit time. Like, the bartender was feeling me too, and he kept giving me, like, big listen, I was like, this dude feeling me, I'm finna stay right here. And he was like, maybe he sensed that and saw that, but he was just like, no, you going with me, and I'm gonna call your Uber and you're gonna go home. And I was like, fine. So we went outside. He called me my little Uber or whatever, and it took me home. And then after that, I never saw him again. But we did have like a few conversations. Like basically he was saying like, you know, if like, why can't we have sex, and we already did it, like why we have to go through all of this like just to have sex, like why is it always like this? Like he had a whole explosion basically. And I remember just being like, dude, like ew. He wasn't really feeling that, and he had this whole explosion like, why I always have to go through this and this and that. And I was like, as your friend, like I just gave him a little advice, and then he just never spoke to me after that. But he kept looking again. He was going through the whole thing where we stopped talking, but he would still look at like everything I did on Snapchat. So I just blocked him and never heard from him again. Never spoke to him again. I did like delete my OkCupid and restart, and I saw him. I blocked him there, and I just stopped using OkCupid altogether and just went to Tinder. And I just want to say, like, everybody you meet online is not a bad person. So anybody sitting there like, oh, it's because you met someone online, that's why this happened to you. That's not why that happened. Like, if you meet a man outside, it don't matter where you meet him. It don't matter what his profession is. If he's a butthead, he's a butthead. Like, period. I met some great men online, like, that are friends, that not even, like, we didn't click for a relationship, but we clicked as friends. And they're, like, loyal, good friends. That's how I got played. Like he got busy humping, and then he left me by my lonesome crying, real tears, just never hit me up, like never asked me like, yo, like he never came, he never chased me at all. Like he didn't care what I was doing, he didn't care like what was going on, none of that. So everything that I say on here and everything that I do on here is to be funny, but it's also to let people know their self-worth and that they don't deserve certain things, period. Yeah, that was my story. And please, if you watch this, subscribe and give me a like, because there's somebody on here who is bitter, who dislikes all of my videos. And listen, subscribers matter on here. Fill my pockets. It's free for you. But yeah, this is your girl Duckie and the bird Yu and Yu and Duckie. We are out. Anyway, have a blessed one. Bye, guys.